Hello everybody, Shari Shaw here. I am excited to finally have a moment to go online and talk to everybody about just some tips about comedy. I'm going to wait a few minutes to see if anyone comes on board, but I'm just going to talk anyway. So how is everybody? So everyone sort of thinks that comedy is hard. And it is, but you are capable of being funny. So I just want to talk to you about a few tips, okay? So you know you have multicam comedy and you have single camera comedy. In multicam comedy, your vocal tones are a little bit higher, and this is for the audition process because when you go in, on stage with the actors, you're going to be moment to moment and you're going to be more pulled in. But anyway, needless to say, Nickelodeon, Disney, are much louder in your vocal tones, which I don't really want to say online right now, but when you come to my studio, you'll learn further about that. And single camera is one camera, so it's all heart. It's all the neuroses of the character inside that you're saying one thing, but you're thinking another. So like shows like Modern Family, when you laugh because you know they have a secret agenda. The thing about comedy is that you love to have whatever feeling you're having. And it always is a celebration. Even if you're upset with somebody, or you're happy with somebody, or you're sad about somebody, it's never maudlin, but it's almost like you're saying, game on, let's do this. And you guys know, you have an agenda, you have thoughts in real life, and those real life thoughts can be heightened with a little bit of neuroses that is going to make you a little bit neurotic, which is the key for comedy, okay? So your actor's neuroses is majorly important when you're deciphering and finding characters to your comic characters. But I wanted to go through one thing, and I don't know if anyone's there. Oh, hey, Jessica. But I'm just going to chat. And reach out to you guys. So I'm in between coaching sessions and I just want to do a little bit of this comedy thing. But the thing about comedy is your punctuation, your script. It is basically telling you exactly how to deliver the lines. It's your job to add your isms, your quirkiness, your specialty, and your personality. But a period is a full stop. A comma is a slight pause. A ... is you're going to say something, and then you're going to change what you're going to say. So it almost lilts up and let it land, okay? When something's in parentheses, okay, the director is telling you, actually directing you, the writer is directing you how to say it. So take that direction. When something's in quotes, quotation marks, it is really important that you say it the way your character would say it, or the quirky way someone else that you're mocking would say it, but it has to be different and it has to be emphasized. When something is underlined, it is telling you to be bolder in your delivery. If something's underlined altogether, you smoothly say that sentence altogether. When something is chopped up, you do each line. Let me show you an example. So if you can see this line, excuse my chip nails, I just got back from Maui and the sand took my nails away. So right here, don't tell me that versus don't tell me that. I hope you guys can see it. It might be upside down. I'm not quite sure. So also, when it says then in parentheses, right here, can you see that? When it says then, that is readying you for a flip. That is readying you to say that line 180 degrees differently than the line before, so you're paying off a joke, okay? A question is obviously a question. An exclamation point is obviously an exclamation point, but here's the key. In comedy, sometimes you're going to go huge on your exclamation point, but remember, you guys, different is better. And the way that you do that exclamation point, it could be really under exclamation point. Your quirkiness matters. Your comedy comes from your own isms and your own quirkiness, okay? So what else is there on the sheet? When you have different words like haram, so embarrassing on these nails, and these kind of words right here, these are gems. These are telling you that Those words are not to be thrown away. Ha, harumph, any kind of words like that. That's magic. That's when you can put your own little tweak on the sounds of those words that are going to bring out the funny. Because what is comedy? Comedy is the element of surprise. And when we don't expect you to say something in the way you're going to say it, and you say it in a different way, then hopefully we're going to laugh. So you have to play around with your vocal tones. And I also give tips, and I am going to be teaching a one-day comedy workshop where I go over my entire comedy worksheet. So you'll feel so knowledgeable and get a basis. Of course, everything takes practice and rehearsal and crafting your craft, so you have to be, studying it constantly. But I talk about putting arrows in your script, because as you're breaking down your story, and it is the writer's medium, and you have to honor the text, drama or comedy, you want to put, we're talking about comedy. You have to put arrows in that lift your voice up, straight across, or down. And I say put arrows in your script so you can get a reminder when you're rehearsing it. Now, it's the thoughts that count. Your thoughts, your inner monologue, drama or comedy. But for comedy, the pacing is crucial. So it's listen, take it in, have a thought, and respond. I don't know how to say your first name, Gautam, is that how I say it? I'm teaching a comedy workshop, a one-day intensive, June 22nd. So call my studio if you're interested. Love to have you, 818-505-1225. Anyway, so it's the thoughts that matter, okay? So listen, take it in, have a thought, and respond is going on at all times when you're doing comedy. So you know what you're going to say. You know what the person's going to say to you. You already know how you're going to respond, so it becomes like a game, okay? So it's game on in your comedy. Also, on any given page in that script, there are 4 to 5 setup and jokes. So remember, if you're the joke, you got to figure out the funniest way that your personality delivers that joke. What are some of your favorite resources to study? Okay, I'm talking about comedy right now. So if you're the joke, you better play around. Maybe you're going to sing that joke. Maybe you're going to cry on that joke. Maybe you're going to deliver it wry or dry or quirky or, whatever works for you. But remember this, if you are the setup, you better set up the right emotional drive to help pay off the joke, because it's teamwork in comedy. And you want to have that teamwork so you can make it funny. So sitcoms is really situational comedy. It's really the situation at hand that makes it funny. But it's your job to physically pay off. Can you tell me any book name to help out, make our acting more improve? I have a book coming out, but it's not ready yet. And it's really going to go into so much detail about my comedy and my drama methods and my audition methods. So I wanted to show you guys one little section about the punctuation, okay? Where are you in August? I'm in Los Angeles, always. I have studios in Atlanta and New York, and I have online classes starting as well. Perry, you're very welcome for this. I'm here to help. I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to feel so confident in what they're doing as actors, and it is a craft, so you have to craft your material. And I'm talking about comedy today, and I just wanted to show you this little paragraph. Can you guys see that? I hope you can. So as you can see, this little paragraph, when things are in big paragraphs, you're thinking, oh my God, what is my rhythm? So when I'm teaching comedy, I tell everyone to start in 3s. Your setup, your backup to the setup, and your joke. So when you have a big paragraph like this, you want to do, so Tommy says, I love it. Tommy's great. He makes the best sandwiches. You would take that in 3s. Okay, let me answer some of these questions. I have never been to St. Louis, but I'm going to Chicago. Email the studio, Shari Shaw Acting Studio at Gmail, and we will fill you in if you want to come to Chicago August 3rd and 4th. Can we attend virtual for workshop? I think we might be able to do that, okay? So call my studio line, and my office manager, Joan, will answer all questions about that, and we'll get you signed up, okay? So now listen, we're going to do this in the workshop, but I love it. Tommy's great. he makes the best sandwiches. So that setup, backup, he makes the best sandwiches. So you want to give a little vocal tone lilt that's going to help just keep the rhythm. Oh, Perry, you're in Chicago. Okay, fantastic. Call the studio. We'll get you signed up, and I'll see you August 3rd and 4th. I'm super excited. I've never been to Chicago. I'm super excited about coming. So, do you see this? They always have one genuinely unexpected ingredient, okay? So, you can say that line like, they have one genuinely unexpected ingredient, but if you lilt up and add your little isms to the tone of those words, you're creating setup and joke right there. Am I coming to India? I have no plans of coming to India, but we can talk further about that. I'm going to answer questions as we enter space. Okay, so this comes in threes every section. It's sort of hard to do this online, but do you see how in this line, I want you to see beats, how it's in quotes. You got to do something with it. I want you to look at this material right now and see all that punctuation, and I will teach you how to deliver all that punctuation in a comedic way, comedic flair, with real thoughts that drive the life of the character. Okay, Pamela, Chicago's great. Okay, great. I'm excited to go. Hey, Victor, when are you coming back to class, Victor? I know you're in, like, Hawaii, having the best time. And guys, by the way, I just got back from my Maui retreat, which is a mind, body, craft retreat. And stay in tune with my studio, because next year we had an incredible Emmy award-winning casting director this year. Dorian Frankel came, and then next year, super big. I can't release the name yet, but stay in touch with the studio. Victor, talk to me. Anyway, so I wanted to show you this because I really believe in the punctuation so much. And now I just want to open it up for questions that you guys have for me. I just watching from the Bahamas. Oh, beautiful. I love me. I'm a sun person, Renee. So anywhere is, hi, Jonah. Anywhere by the beach is important for me. So I just wanted to go over a little bit of those tips. So remember, punctuation matters in comedy. Your script is telling you exactly how to deliver that line. Your job is to put your isms into that piece of material so you can define it and be quirky and different from everybody else. Setup, backup, joke. Setup, backup, joke. I like to teach people to start in threes so you have a basis, but then sometimes if there's two sentences together, you know it's a setup and a joke. Now remember this, sometimes it's not funny. It is your job to make it funny. Okay, there's a lot to go over with comedy. There's a lot to go over with drama. There's a lot of crafting of the material because you want to serve the writer. And in comedy, you want to serve it with your quirkiness. In drama, you want to serve it with your personalization, believability, and your strong imagination. All right, so that's my little blurb today on comedy. I hope you'll come and join me on June 22nd for my big day of all comedy. You will feel so revived and refreshed and actually confident that your comedy is possible. So if anyone has any questions about auditioning right now, I'm happy to answer any questions. Ada, how long the show reel should be? How long people usually see it? Okay, so I think you're asking me about your actor's reel. I think 1 minute is plenty of time, and I think anything longer than that, no one is really caring, but you want to get your best, beats in your best part of your work, and make it short. Short is good. Anything else? Anybody? How's the Bahamas, Renee? Sounds amazing to me. So I think that confidence is the key factor of auditioning. Pamela, serve the writer. Yes. You are welcome, because it is a writer's medium. And when actors go on auditions and they think, oh my God, I got to get this job, you're coming from the wrong place. You're an artist. You're an artist that's going to tell the story. When you walk into that room and you are feeling refreshed and fueled and you understand the story that's telling, nothing can get in your way. So to answer your question about nerves, you need to have done all the work. You need to know every single second. You need to know who you're talking to, why you're saying what you're saying, how that other person's going to react to you, what your little piece of behavior is on what line, when you're going to look out on one line, when you're going to look down on the next line. It has to be so sculpted, and then the trick is to make it seem like it's organic to the moment. What advice when they ask to improv lines? Improving lines to me is really kind of rare, but when they do, if you know your story and you know where your character's point of view is coming from, then you're going to know exactly how to carry that story. If you don't, then go back to the basics of learning your story about the character. What's more important, good headshots or a good reel? What do you think? They're both important because your good headshot is your calling card to get you into the room. Your training is second. Your craft is so important. And a good reel is going to be your backup. So it all matters. It just all matters. Perry, I'm in Chicago. Should I move to LA? I want to work on sitcom. Probably, because there's not that many sitcoms in Chicago. It's all the Chicago drama shows, but LA is the main place for comedy. And also, guys, for comedy, you need to watch all the comic shows because there's different tones. And now Netflix and Hulu, their shows that are comedy are really under. So you have to match the tone of the show that you're going to be on. Okay? What other questions? Hey, Mark. Thanks for the cool advice comment. I appreciate it. I just want to help you guys. I just want everyone to flourish. I want everyone to understand it. If you don't understand your text, you can't tell the story. It's all about telling the story. What are you asking me about a monologue? How do you pick the best monologue? I don't really do monologues. I don't I don't know why people ask for monologues. I think when maybe you're auditioning for agents, you have a monologue, but you have to know yourself. And if you know yourself, then you're going to know the material to choose. You have to read a lot. You have to read pieces, read theater pieces. So many actors these days don't read the text of theater, of plays, and those plays are so rich in dialogue and beauty, and so many actors these days just get stuck in picking up their 2-page scripts, and they look at themselves as just 2 pages. But there's so much more to the linear lines of television than the rich texture of theater. So the more you read, the better you're going to drop into who you are. Be aware of how you function in this world. Be aware how when you're out and people are laughing. What about you in that moment is funny? Because you want to take that and then you want to put it into your comedy. You want to make sure you know yourself inside and out, and that is the only way you're going to be able to tap into yourself. Sarah, you're asking me conservatory or work with coaching. Conservatory work is great training, basis training, but then when you get out, you have to sort of unlearn all the theatrical technicalities of conservatory work, and then you have to be able to pull it in, pull it down, bring it to your heart, and speak in a different place for television and film. It's very, very different. But you need both, because here's what I find. All my people that are on Broadway, all the people that come to LA and are performing at the Pantages, and then they coach with me, they have the ability to pull it in. They get it. They understand how to craft their material. They understand their vocal because they've had the training. And it's very important to have deep training in all the work that you do. Thanks, Yona. I appreciate that. So again, I'm Shari Shaw Studios, and I look forward to working with all of you. Call my studio if you're interested. And hi, just lost myself there. Someone's asking about how do you nail one-liners. The same way you nail one-liners is the same way you land a series. You have a beginning, middle, and end. Even with one line, you have a full life of that character. And remember, you guys, whatever character you're playing, there is a life-changing moment of that character that has led that character where they are today. Even if you're a waiter, even if you're a busboy, even if you're, a secretary with one line, you have to have an opening moment. You have to have a thought with an opening moment. You have to say that line with intent, and then you have to have a closing beat. That's how you nail it. A beginning, middle, and end. Beginning, middle, and end with 1 line, 2 lines, 50 lines. All of it is the same. If you want to get more comedy auditions, and in New York, is there a training program? Yes, I have a studio in New York, but you can call my studio. I'm just trying to sit up higher. In LA to get signed up in my New York studio, and we do all comedy there too. So my phone number again is 818-505-1225. You'll talk to my office manager, Joan. She's fabulous, and she'll get you hooked up. You're welcome. It's really good advice. Thank you. Okay, so I think that's it. Anybody have any last-minute questions? I just wanted to imbue my passion to you guys because I love the craft of acting. I get comedy. I get drama too, but today was about comedy. So remember comedy, setup, backup, joke. Remember, punctuation matters. Remember, your emotional drive of that character is everything. Remember, what you want is, your want is, the stakes in comedy is higher, so you want what you want, you're going to go to get the highest possible stakes possible. Perry, will I set up a studio in Chicago? Not yet, but I'm coming August 3rd and 4th. Email us, and we'll give you all the information for my workshop there. Moving to New York. Okay, great, Yona. Great, call. We'll definitely put you in classes there. So it's all about acting, knowing yourself inside and out, honoring the text, telling the writer's words with your isms, getting yourself and not being afraid to take chances and being weird and sculpting your material. Not too much weirdness, but you know what I'm talking about. Hi, Cynthia. I'm not coming to DC as of right now, but I have a studio in New York, so you can maybe do that. I don't know. So that's it. You guys, it's been a pleasure, and I'm going to try to come on once a week to reach out to all these people that are not in Los Angeles. Any intensive during the summer? Yes, I have intensive all the time. Call the studio because I do a comedy workshop one day, and then I do a 50-50 half comedy workshop and a drama workshop with my 7 secret steps, which is all going to be in my book, which is in production right now and should be out in about 4 months. And yeah, that's it. Any other questions, you guys? Okay, then I'm going to go because I got to go into coaching sessions all day, and I got to teach my scene study masterclass tonight. And we have a bunch of teachers here that you guys will love. And of course, everyone can call and Skype coach with me or my other teachers, and we just want to make you better. And if you understand yourself and you understand the material, you're going to get better. Okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day. I'm here for you. I want you to have so much success. All right. Goodbye.